Hey Richie, Bulletin Broadheads. I may look like the abominable snowman right now, but this is about winter bow. A couple little quick tips. Usually when you're practicing throughout the summer, spring, and the fall, early fall, and you're dressed very lightly. And a lot of times you're not wearing gloves or bulky hunting gear. So it's good to practice in this gear, because there's a lot of things that come into play. I mean, you have a lot of excess material. You got to worry about string slop. This is a good time to have an arm guard. So you have a lot of excess material. You'll want it hanging and dangling. If you're wearing stuff around your face like this, and a big hat, you want to be able to have the same type of draw. And if you're wearing gloves, some people aren't used to shooting with gloves, and a lot of things do change, especially the length of your release sometimes can change a little bit. You might have to adjust it. So winter bow, you want to dress warm, of course, but you want to be able to shoot as if you were practicing in your summer clothes or your shorts or whatever, t-shirts. So a couple little tips. Everything is the same technique. Everything is the same, but little things change. So again, practice in your heavy winter clothing, because you don't want to realize something's wrong when you're up in a tree stand or when you're blind. Also on winter bow, it's a good time to drop your poundage a little bit. You know, remember, you're going to be cold. You know, cold, I don't care how warm you dress, when you're in a tree stand and it's 20, 30 degrees, you get cold. And your muscles tend to get cold, and sometimes you can't draw back the way you used to in a warm weather. So don't be afraid to drop your poundage, you know, a couple of pounds. It's really not going to affect that much. But little winter bow tips: practice with your winter clothes, your gloves. Some guys, you know, still shoot barehanded in the winter. They just put their hands in muffs and with some hand warmers, and they don't like shooting with gloves. I have no problem shooting with gloves because I practice that way. So little winter bow tip: practice. You got a lot of bulky material on. Things change a little bit. So if you're accustomed to it on the ground practicing, you'll be accustomed to it in your tree stand or you're blind. So drop your poundage. Well, one or two, half a turn, because your muscles do get cold, and you don't want to be able to not be able to draw when a big buck or a doe appears in the cold weather. Because that happens. I know some guys it's happened to. They're up in the tree stand 3-4 hours, and a nice deer comes along, and they're finding a hard time to draw the bow because they're so cold. So little winter bow tips. I got some more coming about how to stay warm. Some techniques I know and used. And they really work. So quick video, winter bow. It's a great time to hunt, great time to be in the woods, especially when there's snow on the ground. I love winter bow. Some guys, you know, they get a deer and that's it. They don't want to deal with winter bow because it does get cold up there in the tree stand. But I love it. You know, I just, year round, I love winter bow. So bullets or broadheads, winter bow. Winter, the temperature's starting to drop, and just be ready for it. You know, practice again as if. That's all I always tell people. Practice as if you're in a tree stand with all this clothing on. You're all lay it up, and you want to be able to do the same you were a month ago practicing. So winter bow, bullets and broadheads. Again, little tip. Take care, guys.